All right, what's going on, y'all? Shalom. I want to talk about the age of conjugality. All right, the age of conjugality. Um, so many areas I can take this, but I'm talking about it because I saw a video on Instagram where this 9-year-old little girl was pregnant. She had a baby in the Philippines, I believe. Now, everybody, some people are shocked, some people aren't shocked, of course, because it happened, right? So some people are shocked, some people aren't shocked. Some people are like furious, they furious. Some people are like calm as shit, mad as shit. So it's two sides, two types of aggression and defense and offense. Some people are saying you piece of shit. Some people are saying fuck out of here. This is what we do and type. So what does the creator say about this? Now I did a video on this a lot of times already, but so I'm gonna give you a scruffy version. If I find the video, I gotta find where I put it at, and I'll repost it. But maybe the next time I actually do it, I'll actually have a dry erase board and actually like get the Hebrew and all that stuff going for y'all, because it can be a class lesson so you can actually learn instead of just oh, that's just what he said and shit, still feelings and emotions. So that way when I fully explain everything, you only can attack the creator and not the messenger or the teacher. But the scruffy version, they give you a little bit room to still attack me if you don't believe me, type of stuff. So still, for those who need to know, who are on the other end that are trying to defend themselves, it's really for them, because people are on the other end that feel like it's wrong are not gonna believe anything I say, especially if you already feel some kind of way about me. Now, the body has a time clock. For women, the time clock of for the women, the time clock is her period, her nida, her flowers, many terms that is given, but we know it as the period, the cycle. So once a little girl starts to come onto her period and she starts to flow, or whatever the case, and her eggs start to release and she start to bleed, she need Banksy pads and shit. Oh no, daddy, or no, mommy, or whatever the case, mommy, daddy, I'm bleeding and shit. So, she first time blood is in her panties and shit. You like, oh shit. She's trying to figure out what to do, get the pads and shit. And then after that, you gotta figure out if she got heavy flow or light flow and shit. So which ones can she really wear and shit. But the age, it's not necessarily about the number of the age. What people love to focus on, the actual number, because people can lie, right? Oh, I'm 18. The whole time you could be 13. So people be like, all right, well, I can have sex with her and shit. She fat as shit. Because her body look like it's 16, or her body looks like it's 20 years old, but she 13. So you said people go off of age and body and physical appearance. Stop doing that shit, because then you'll have a small woman that's a real small woman, or a midget woman and shit, and with a size 10 dick and shit. She a whole 40-year-old woman. Like, I'm 50 fucking years old, but I'm a midget and shit. This man 20 years old. His dick just 9 inches long and shit. Fuck up. I've been out here. You know what I'm saying? So people need to stop going off of age and appearance and shit all the fucking time. Okay? All the time you do that. There's a regulation of it. The number is not what you focus on. It's the actual body itself. So each individual woman has a time clock for her individual body to let you know when she's individually ready, according to the creator, to bear children. So when the body of a woman is ready to bear children, she is ready to physically get pregnant, or have physical vaginal sex, or whatever the case. All right, and I'm being specific about vaginal, or whatever the case, but specifically vaginally. So it's best to not do that until a woman, the girl will start to flow with blood or whatever, because then she can have children. Now, perverted men will look at it in many different ways, but the pure way I'm giving you, the holy way, okay, that's what you want to know. What's the proper way? I'm giving you the proper way. All right. Anytime before the period or the blood flow, a little girl is a yelada, okay? That's a Hebrew term, yelada or yalada, all right? Which means child. She's a child, adolescent, okay? All right, and you don't touch adolescents. You can make promises of marriages with adolescents, but you don't enter into an adolescent's body, okay? You can do small things, like let's say adolescent. You have I'm gonna make it the hard way. I'm gonna make it the cringy. I'm gonna give you the cringy version, because I always give you the the neutral version, like, oh, it's just an adolescent girl that's 8 years old, and then an 8-year-old little boy. You look at it by the age. So I'm gonna give you the cringy version. All right, so you got this 20-year-old man. 20-year-old man is an 8-year-old girl. He talks to the family. It's his cousin or something. They are in the promise of marriage. Like, he goes to her mother and father, which is his aunt and uncle, and then they go to his mother and father, which is their brothers. They all family and shit. So this is my cousin. You didn't cross the incest line, because it doesn't matter if it's first, second, or third. You're supposed to marry your cousin first, or consider your cousin first. But your cousin is 8 years old. But whatever the case, she's your cousin, so you consider her first. So you make a betrothal with her because you like her or whatever, and you wait for her. So she's 8. So with that promise of marriage or whatever, she give you a kiss because she want to be with you, because she love you, your cousin so and so. You always with her. You always buying her gifts, buying her toys and stuff. You always there for her. You a cousin. She love you. Love when you come around and visit and stuff. Then the time comes, she's 8. You know, you about whatever the case, the promise of marriage comes, and you promise to marry her. Whatever the reason. Like a little girl named Sasha, but she's not a little girl anymore. She's 30 something years old. So she's 30 something. I'm 30 something. But back then she was 10 and I was 16. So it looked funny. She's 10, I'm 16. Today it looks stupid. She's 30 something, I'm 30 something. So back then, at the time, she was 10, and her mind was thinking towards me in a way I didn't expect. She liked me and she wanted to marry me one day. So don't be surprised if little girls think things like that. They have intimate attractions towards people, or certain people they like. All right, so whatever the case, the little 8-year-old girl could really like her cousin that's 20 years old and stuff like that, and he really like her too, and he's like, oh, that's cute or whatever. Well, when you get old enough, we can get married or whatever the case. You want to promise? She's like, yeah, I want to promise. So you promise, and you get the family, and you make it for real, because she not playing, you not playing. Don't take it lightly. So you go to the family, yeah, so I'll promise to marry her. Da, da, da. Everybody in the family knows the Torah. They know that this is how things go. This is the Torah law that was given to Masha, as you say, Moses wrongfully. It was given to him. This is what we must do. This is our custom. Okay? So it's not strange to you. So, okay, what you want to do? Yeah, I'll promise to marry. Just give her a nose ring. Give her a nose ring. I'll buy her a nose ring. Here go a nose ring. This nose ring symbolize you promise to me. You only going to belong to me. When you get older, you can only come to me. She's like, okay. You gonna be my husband. Like, yeah, you is my wife, and I'm your husband. I gotta wait till you get older, because your body not ready yet. Okay, my body not ready yet. So, but whatever the case, you let it be known what you can and can't do when it comes to intimacy, because now that this is your wife, betrothal was counted as real marriage. Because if you're caught committing adultery, even though you're betrothed, you still have to be put to death. Yeah, it's that serious. You can be put to death just for betrothal, and you ain't even, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even touched nobody yet. You just promised to be married to somebody. So it's that serious with the Most High. So, yes, you're married. You just haven't physically done anything yet. You could spiritually connect, kiss, and hug and stuff like that. So, your 8-year-old little cousin, whenever you come around after that, you come in, you greet her first. You start doing customary things of like husband and wife stuff. You come in, she runs to you, cousin so and so. She give you a hug. You get a little kiss on the cheek, or you give her a kiss on the lips. You give her a little kiss, whatever. You kiss her and stuff. Kiss on the face, kiss on that, hug up, grab up, rub a butt and stuff. Hold on her, embrace her in an intimate way. Feel comfortable doing that. And she feel comfortable holding you, touching you and stuff. And she grab on your balls like she sit on the couch with you and shit, rubbing your dick and shit like that, like this mine and shit one day. Or even if she starts sucking it. So it's not vaginally. The point is the specific point we getting to here is vaginally, where children come forth at, breaking the hymen and shit. The body is not always ready for that all the way. But she could put a hot dog in your mouth and shit. So, yeah, she can do that. 8 years old, sucking on her cousin's dick because she's like now feeling it a little bit. Y'all betrothed to be married one day. Y'all already married. She got the nose ring in. She can suck that dick as long as the nose ring is in her nose. You know what I'm saying? So she can suck his dick, do whatever the case, and bust whatever they do. And she like, yeah, you supposed to drink it, or that's whatever they do. They married, and then they come wherever they from, downstairs, upstairs, wherever they came from, and they together, whatever. Who cares? Oh yeah, but we was upstairs, You don't even gotta tell them. Oh, y'all was upstairs. Yeah, he was upstairs for a second. All right, and then you blah blah blah. Okay, run, play, be back. Go get some snacks, this, that, and the third. But you're growing up, you know. Now, the betrothal was also a foolproof method. Sorry, the betrothal is also a foolproof method of just in case the little girl is ready early and you do it anyway. You're already betrothed. The nose ring is symbolizing you're married to her anyway, but you're waiting for the ceremony and stuff like that. But if you do things before the ceremony and she was like ready and shit and you did it, you broke a hymen, you just did it early. You already promised to marry. Okay, well y'all did it already. Y'all married. We going when y'all want to do the ceremony and shit. But we'll do it such and such time or whatever the case, or you can do it right now, right away. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on you and the family, but you're already married. That nose ring is a strong symbol of marriage, yo. That's what the nose ring mean. Okay? People love to make the nose ring a fashion statement, but it means you're married to someone that you're not physically touching, and you're gonna have them one day physically, not just, well, I'm betrothed and I'm never gonna be with her and shit. You're not waiting in vain. That's petty to make somebody wait in vain and never physically be with somebody. The Most High will fuck you up for that. Making a man wait, or making a woman wait. Even a woman will wait for a young man. Making a woman wait for a young man to get older. You know what I'm saying? She's like getting older and older and she's not able to have children and shit. Overholding. So the way the Torah sees it is not the way America see it. That's why I'm giving you the cringy version now. The version that y'all don't like to hear, that hard to hear version. I gave you the soft version at first about, oh, she's 8 and he's 8 years old, and if they get curious and shit. You know what I'm saying? I gave it to you softly and shit, pants rub shit. Now I'm giving it to you the real way. So this 8-year-old girl and this 20-year-old man, or whatever the case, when he's 40, what? She's 28. He's 40, she's 28. He's 50, she's 38. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know what I'm saying? It starting to look a little different. You 38 years old, and he 50 years old, but he still look young. But it's still your husband and shit. You're not that far away and shit. So yeah, it looks funny early or whatever the case, but it's not even about the age. People love to do that, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of an appeasement there. But it's not about the number really. Okay, it's never about the number. It's an honor to be with an older person, for a man and for a woman. It's an honor to be with an older person. They can help you better through life. It's just so happened you married them. You were mature enough to marry them and they respected you and your head was on straight. It's not really much they got to say and shit. It's not like a father-daughter or a mother-son relationship. It's a real marriage relationship. I ain't really got to tell them nothing. He was like, okay. He got all the basics down. Like, okay, ain't got to teach him no home training and shit. He cook and clean, take care of himself. And I can do all that now. You know what I'm saying? Now I know you know what I'm saying? You start seeing that shit. And then older women start admiring and being attracted to younger men in the way of marriage. Not just because he got a six-pack, but in the way of marriage. Because that man well put together. Same thing with a younger woman. She look at that older man like, he loved me. It's my cousin. He loved me. Always come over, fun and stuff. Always got the video games. And he bought me gifts and toys and snacks all the time. And he pretty and shit, And he got a big dick and shit. Like, you think it's all the kind of things she can think all she want. So whatever you do, you can be intimate. That's the point I'm trying to get at. You can be intimate. But when the time comes for her to have her blood cycle is the actual time clock when you're being patient, when you waited patiently where her body is ready to have a dick enter into her vaginal or her vagina or whatever the case. Because the goal is to have children, right? But here and there's some women that are smaller. There are some women that are bigger. So for that reason, you might want to be a little bit more cautious. She might not be ready to. It just depends. It depends. You might want to be a little bit more cautious. You might not want to be a little bit more cautious. But the time clock is the blood cycle. Okay, it's not really the woman's size. Like I say, you have midgets. You have smaller women that are real small. She 4 foot nothing and shit. 4 foot nothing and shit. Size 10 dick and shit, or a size 7.5, 8-inch dick. She 4 foot nothing. Come on, you good. And then her having a child, she gotta carry that thing. She small as shit. She got scoliosis and shit, back fucked up and shit. You already small, you got a baby, and your back fucked up. You still have the baby and shit. So all kinds of things you're looking at the wrong way. You're looking at numbers and shit. But mostly younger girls want to be with somebody that's attractive, and so yeah, they'll be with somebody that's younger because he's pretty and shit. Not necessarily because he loves her or can take care of her. So they get it backwards and they're not taught the proper way how things should be. Be with a man that will take care of you if things get hard. You don't need money, but if you need a man to go out there and take care of you, he can go here, get out there and take care of you. You won't be like, he won't hustle or some shit. He won't do something stupid that can get him jammed up or whatever the case. Even if he have to hustle, he can hustle. Who cares really? But he won't do anything stupid out there. You can hustle, have a good character, have a good head on your shoulders, and so make sure you make it home or whatever. You're not a snot-nosed ass, snooty ass, piece of shit ass drug dealer, always causing problems, trying to kill somebody and shit. But you just do you. Whatever you make and shit, type shit. Or whatever you do to make money, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You make it. But the point is, your cousin, okay? That's the first go-to, so you don't end up touching somebody else peoples and shit like that. You go to your own family stock. The first people you're supposed to go to are your cousins, yo. So you go to your relative, your aunts and uncles' homes, and you look for your cousins, the female cousins and stuff. If they're interested in you or certain cousins that you have, you favor towards and stuff like that, you marry them and shit. You marry them. So yeah, man, it doesn't matter the age, because if she's too young, you just betroth her, and you don't have full-on intimacy. She just get partial intimate, like you have like the basic membership package, and she's not old enough to have the premium package that got all of the stuff and shit. You can get kisses, hugs, I can rub on you, massage you and stuff. You can massage me, rub on me, you can suck my dick and stuff like that. You can have fun, use it like a toy, play with it and shit like that, lay on me, rub it, all that. I can rub on you and stuff like that, make you feel good. I can lick your pussy and stuff. But we're not entering in. You can't do everything yet until her period comes, because her body is not ready yet. So that's what the Creator is saying about that. But it's all in sacred marriage. It's all in marriage. Not just randomly do it. People just do it randomly because they're horny and whatever the case. So they're already doing it. But the proper way to do it is through betrothal of marriage. The Creator's not crazy about that. Or it's not an evil thing. So yeah, so it's not that the age. So my cousin Selena, when she was 3 years old and she jumped on my arm and started humping my arm, I didn't know all of this yet. If I knew all of this at that time, I would have rubbed the pussy and calmed it down. She'd have humped on my arm. Damn, girl, calm down. Cut the church shit off. I wouldn't even been watching church. I'd probably been reading the Bible or something. I'd have put the Bible down. Most I'd have said a little prayer to the Most High. She going crazy. And then, he would have said, just take her if you do it, you got to take her to be your wife and shit. Oh, yes, sir, I know that. And then, yes, sir. And then calm her down and shit. She burning like a motherfucker. Like, all right, open your legs. You can't, and then start rubbing it and licking it, making it. Did I feel better? You know what I'm saying? Da-da-da-da. All right, then start talking to her. Now that I did that, only I can do it. Only I can do it. Nobody else can do it. Only I can lick it. Only I can this. Only I can that. I would have to tell her that stuff. I would have to teach her. Because now we married. And marriage is special. You be with somebody forever. You have to be with them forever. You 3. I'm 20-something years old, girl. And you crazy. You jumping on me, humping me and stuff. But you my cousin. I know we can get married, so let's do it. You promise? I promise. And then when you promise, you got to hold that promise. You promise only to marry me. I promise to marry you. Teacher too. You can have more than one wife, but I don't want no more than one wife right now. So, okay. Da-da-da-da. And then how come you can have more than one, and then have to sit her down and teach that too? Because like the rainbow has more than one color, but it's one rainbow. And so da-da-da-da-da, and teach her stuff. And for the economy, and for the benefit of the man's micro economy and the family, it gives them a monetary increase. So you have more business, more money, more people doing business and stuff. It's not always you can go to the government system and get EBT. It was like the man having many wives was his money, or whatever the case. Stuff like that, so that the family can have money and food and stuff like that and support. That'll just teach you many different components of the what polygyny is and the biblical ways to do it. And this is what actually even though you got more than one wife, don't mean you can do this and do that, and this is the rules of this and that. And teach her, you have to teach her. Oh, okay, now I know and stuff. But still, you have to let her know. It might be hard. You jumped on me and start humping me, so I gotta now crack your mind and shit and teach you some shit that you're not ready to know yet. Like what? Like, what the fuck? You're not supposed to be ready to be humping on my arm and shit, but you was. So now you gotta know. I gotta crack your mind open and shit, not your pussy. Crack your mind open first. So I should have did that, but I didn't know. I didn't know myself. Now that I do know, da 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 da. But that's the case. And yeah, that's what you do. Make a promise of marriage. Give her a nose ring and things like that. And you get a nose ring, she get a nose ring, and y'all promise to marry each other. So this nose ring mean you belong to me. This nose ring mean I belong to you, and we're married, okay? So when I come in, I'm your husband. So every time you see me, I'm your cousin, but I'm your husband. But ain't that wrong? Nope. The Bible says it's not wrong. Okay, it's not the line. You didn't cross the line. You're supposed to marry your cousin before you go to somebody outside that you don't know, a stranger, who could be a dangerous person. This person, you don't know this person or nothing. So they're not family. You stay within the family, but you don't cross the incest line. So there's a line there, and here's the line. And then teach her what the line is. Okay, so now I know the line. Don't cross the line. And then, okay, we supposed to marry each other. It's a penalty of death if I don't marry you. Right, it's a penalty of death if I don't marry you or one of my cousins before I marry some other woman. But because I didn't know that and you didn't know that and y'all still don't know that, most of y'all, it's hard to really do it, right? So all kind of stuff like that, you got to teach. But it'd be hard when you're completely ignorant. It'd be very hard to teach things like that. Especially when you're Christian. Yeah, man, you'll be surprised. Little girls be very aggressive. My little cousin Selena Ortega was very aggressive. She was just rubbing her pussy right on me. If I'd have known better, I would have sucked the pussy and rubbed the pussy to calm her down and would have told her all of this stuff. We got to be married now. You can't be with nobody else. You can't do this with nobody else, just me. So if you get horny and you feel like it and you want to touch yourself, let me know and I'll come and touch you and stuff. But we got to be married one day. You got to be married. All right, we married. So she instilling in her. So then by the time she turned 40 years old, that's my husband for real. Like, yeah, it's in you. It's my husband, not your random ass sex partner and shit. But yeah, so you can be conjugal, with a woman, but you can't do everything yet until that age of the nida comes, the bat mitzvah, as they call the bar mitzvah, but the bat mitzvah and the ben mitzvah. The bat mitzvah means daughter. So Ben means son. So the bat mitzvah, when she get up the age of accountability, which normally comes around the age of 12, 13. Now, okay, your age, you should be already on your period by the time of age accountability, So typically when that time comes, you're ready, and then you go find a husband. That's what happened with Mary, as you call her, the mother of the Savior, Mary. She was 12 years old. She was at school. Her and the other girls and all that, they went to school, learned of the priest. And when they graduated, they went back home. And when they graduated, they were 12 years old. So they had that bat mitzvah, okay? Graduated, had a bat mitzvah. That's what a bat mitzvah is. It's a graduation, okay? You graduated, learned all of the stuff you need to know about the basics of the Bible. You graduated, you went back home, and when you come back home, you must now go to your family, and then there's a ceremony where the community look for, it's a husband-wife type of ceremony situation where you look for somebody in your community to marry. If let's say you don't have cousins or something like that. So then you go to that ceremony. If you have cousins, you already good. You got your cousin. So there was a community there, and Miriam was given to Yusuf, or whatever the case. And some of the other girls were married. They were given to men to be married. They were betrothed and stuff. Some were betrothed, some were given in marriage, and then some did not have husbands yet. They were still with the young guys looking around, waiting for a husband and stuff to come scoop them up and stuff. Maybe they might have not have been that attractive. Maybe they just wasn't ready yet, or maybe they just, wasn't nobody available for them. Whatever, many reasons. But Miriam was 12 years old when she married Yusuf. But he didn't touch her because, I forgot why he didn't touch her. I think he was waiting for her. Maybe she didn't hit her cycle yet. He was waiting for her. So he went out to just work and just take care of her. So he was betrothed to her. So she lived in his house. He took care of her. She did work, helped him do work. They were intimate, but they did not, he did not put his dick in her vaginal canal. But by the time she turned 14, she was with child. Yusuf had one wife already, but this is why he had children already. Then he had her, but he didn't do anything. She just helped around the house. It would help with the economy and stuff, with the microeconomy of Yusuf, the different Yusuf, a different one. help with the microeconomy, this, that, and the third. Help take care of James. He had a son already. Like they was like around the same age and shit like that. It was all kind of stuff already going on. So she's here, blah, blah, blah. By the time she turned 14, she's pregnant. And she's like, it's not, he thought she cheated on him or whatever the case. But she was like, no, it's true. Da da da. The angel was like, no, take the baby. The baby is the savior and stuff like that. And don't be afraid to take your wife and stuff. She didn't cheat on you. It was a crazy thing that happened for real. Angel had to tell him in a dream. So he took her, still kept her as his wife, and didn't divorce her or put her away. And yeah, she had the savior at 15. So she was pregnant at 14, had him at 15. Okay, understand here. The savior was born by a 14-year-old girl. 15, teenager. So, come on now. The creator is not thinking the way we're thinking. The creator thought that it's time for her. When you have your period, it's your time for your body to bring forth children. You wait until you're 25 years old, and then knowing when you're 35 years old, you ain't gonna be able to have children and shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you already get time clock going down, you hoping that you can have one of those special cases when shit. You think you're gonna be a special case old woman. Like, when you get old, you might have twins and shit because you know that fertility thing situation. You could just not have children, my nigga. Should have did it when you was a teenager. So yeah, teenage women are looked at as very, very fertile and ready to be bred. So America twists you up and make you think don't touch the women at teenage years and shit like that. You're just evil and wrong. It's a sin. No, it's when they're very fertile. They don't want you to produce, procreate. They don't want none of that. Anything that's gonna cause you to increase and be holy. They don't want any of that. So they teach you wrong stuff, and they do what the Bible say you're supposed to do. They have sex with their family members and shit. Like, they have sex with their cousins and stuff, and have children and shit like that at teenage years and shit, and hold together. So they do it right, but we don't. Yes, there's a fine line. Some of them do cross the incest line, which we're not supposed to do. That's their prerogative still. Not going to judge them, but still, let us stay in check. Be with your cousin. Don't cross the fine line and shit. Because it's a line. The line is near kin or kin. You want to be with Barbie and Ken, not Barbie and near kin. I keep saying that. So like I'm saying. All right. So saying all that, I'm really just trying to help you understand that. It's not about the number. It's about the body itself. Okay, is her body ready? And are you making promises of marriage? Otherwise, why would you be conjugal? Even if you're an evil, wicked person and you just want horny as shit, is her body ready yet? So yeah, it doesn't matter, yo. It sound crazy as shit, yo. It really does, but it's not, yo. It's not when you do it the right way. People doing it the wrong way now. Having sex with little girls and shit like that. 9-year-old girls getting pregnant. They doing it wrong. Without marriage. They just horny as shit. When you do it right, with the promise of marriage, who gives a fuck? You do it in comfortability. So the sex is better. The nut is better. You're not giving a fuck at all. You're just sucking the shit out of his dick, knowing that's your husband one day. You're betrothed to be married. So that's your husband, but it's still like, you know what I'm saying? It's your husband. You're not giving a fuck. You're just not old enough to do the ceremony yet. Because you got to get the different things you still got to learn or whatever the case. With Yatazachak, as you call Isaac, Yatazachak, and Ribka, as you call Rebecca. So Yatazachak and Ribka, she was 10 years old. She was 10 years old. When Sarah died, Yatazachak took her into his mother's tent. The whole community saw it. She came with gold and riches and all kind of stuff, rode on camels and stuff. She had her homegirls with her. She had mothering nurse was with her. Her mothering nurse was a teacher, her school teacher and shit. So she had mothering nurse with her. She had some of her friends that were damsels with her. And they came on camels, rich. They came with Eliezer, a bunch of big ass parade and shit looking and shit like that. The whole community like, who that? Oh, that's what's her name, wife and shit. He took her down off the camel and shit, took the veil off of her, and then kissed her and shit. And then they went to everybody saw them going to the mother's tent. It wasn't like you that one random ass guy like, yo, that's fucked up. Yo, you just gonna have sex with a little girl, my nigga? Everybody look at you, the only dumbass nigga out of the whole situation, don't know the rules and shit. Where you come from? I came from the future, my nigga, America and shit. I'm coming to the past. Niggas gonna kill the shit out you. because you don't know the rules, the rules of what the creator set of how things supposed to be done. You just emotional from some American shit, some slave ass shit. So you come from the future. What the fuck? Why you think like that? Well, we slaves in America and shit, and we, man, fuck out of here. Ain't nobody slaves out here, boy. Fuck out of here. Is you talking about? That's his wife, my nigga. Fuck is you talking? Ain't no divorce. You together forever. Don't fucking get married if you going, like, the fuck is you talking about? What we is you gonna be that one guy to get stabbed the fuck up, man? Take this nigga. Hey yo, take him to the portal and shit. Like, y'all got portals? And yeah, we got portals. Nigga, take that nigga to the portal in Egypt and throw that nigga back to the future and shit. I thought these niggas, like, you thought niggas was behind and shit. We just broke the history and put y'all niggas behind. So you gotta catch the fuck back up and shit. Shit already existed already, my nigga. Niggas already got Tesla batteries in Egypt and shit under the thing. Tesla level batteries can power the whole fucking, you know what I'm saying? We already got that shit, generators and energy and shit. Light bulbs and shit. You niggas late as shit. So, took that nigga back to the future and shit, teleported that nigga. Like, shut up. You know, so that's his wife. So, it's like that, you know. So, Yetazachak married his cousin, Ribka. You know, and it wasn't a thing. The thing that you also noticing too, when you're talking about marriage, the little girl must also want to be with him. Also must want to be with him. She must want to marry him. Like, she don't want him to be without her or something. You know, I want to marry you and shit. Like, she got to really want to. You can't let anybody, even if the grown man, I don't want to marry this little girl. You can't make him marry this little girl or marry some girl. The same difference. You can't make her marry him. No matter what the age is. You thinking like because he's too old? No. Because she's too young? No. Just don't want to marry the person. So you have to be careful about that too. So Ribka, she went with him because they asked her, did you want to go with him? Because we so busy talking about this, that, and the third, and this, that, and the third. But do she want to go? Like, do she want to be with her cousin? It wasn't like he was a strange man. Yeah, I know, you're Tasakak. Yeah, you always be coming through and stuff. It's a that's my cousin. He be coming through. He came to the last feast and stuff. And I saw him and stuff. And nah. Yeah, I know. I remember my cousin. Oh, you remember? Yeah, you know, so-and-so. And then, so-and-so, Abraham. And yeah, Uncle Abraham. And yeah, saying everybody and stuff. Yeah, the whole family was at the cookout and shit. You see him all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's just finally, this special encounter was like marriage. I come for a wife, you know, which one of y'all? And so, cousin, you know, you need a wife and stuff. And she like, I want to do it, you know, but not saying that. Then finally they ask her, will you go with this man to marry your cousin, your Tazakhat? Yes, I do want to marry him. I will go with him. Like, you talking about? Y'all ain't asked me first and stuff. Yes, I want to go. Like, oh, okay, well, she said it herself. Let her, you know, she want to marry him and stuff. It's not she want to, you know, my brother Abraham house. That's all. She going to Abraham house. We can just go slide up there together. Shit, we be up there next feast. We be up there. We'll see you and shit. It's not a strange thing. Sorry about the disrespect in the background. It's not a strange thing. It's not a strange thing. So, it's just your mind about it. In America, you don't raise your children to be wives anyway, so they're already dumb. But the thing about it is when they do betroth an elder man with a good character, holy and stuff, he can teach her. It's like if you have a young girl, it's like you're her, you teach her in the way of like a father, you take her under your wing like a father or like a cousin or a relative or something like that. You take her under your wing like a brother. You take her under your wing and she get older and she's with you as she get older. You're teaching her. You're her husband anyway. You teach her anyway. Then when she get old enough, she can start to recycle what you teach her back to you. So now you can start to learn from her. You know, when love awakens. Normally it's typical that men don't like younger girls or little girls because not in a way of marriage. So when you talk about the proper way, no, we're going to stray away from a younger girl, you know, because she's not going to be able to aid us or help us. But when a girl is ready, we look at her like she can aid me or help me. So yeah, man, it's like a man taking care of his daughter, except it's his husband. It's her husband, and it could be intimate. Sorry about the fucking disrespect. It's that crazy when niggas don't know if they want to drive or what. The fuck. So anyway, it's just what I'm saying is, it's okay. It's proper. It's the right way to do it or whatever the case. All right, so they've been being disrespectful as shit. Give me a minute. Anyway, like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? It's just be like that. People would be disrespectful, but you won't come over here and say some shit in my face and slap the shit out you. Passive ass shit. Cowards and shit always want to be doing brave ass, aggressive ass shit, cowardly and shit. That's funny. Coward ass niggas brave as shit, cowardly. I don't never heard of that before. Brave ass cowards and shit. Doing shit to be irritable to somebody, but you're not really ready to step in somebody's face because you know a problem is going to really fuck you up and you don't want that problem for real. You just want to cause a problem, but you can't handle the problem come back to you and shit. Clown ass niggas and shit. Hate that shit. Niggas know they can't get to you. That's some girl ass shit, my nigga. Some girl ass shit. Anyway, off that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Commercial off. Now, back to what I was saying. Yes, it's proper the way to do that the right way. Like that. Betrothal, man. Don't be mistaken, man. Please don't be mistaken. It is not wrong to be intimate with your wife that you betrothed. But it is not ready for her to take the vaginal way because she's not bleeding yet. Okay? Like I said, y'all could be chilling. You could went to the movies, went to somewhere. I don't even give a fuck if y'all went to the circus and shit, my nigga. And y'all sat down for a second and shit, ate some food, and she reached over there and grabbed your dick, my nigga. Like, she can grab it. You gave her a hug and a kiss and stuff, and then she grabbed your dick and shit. And you grabbed the ass. So fucking what? That's your wife. It's a way. It's like foreplay, and as they call it, the perverted way is foreplay. It's like a way of keep letting her know, I love you. You're my wife. I'm not playing with you. And for her to know that I love you too. This is my dick. You know, I'm not playing with you either. You know, because the age could get in the way sometimes. But it's a way to keep reassuring each other that you really mean it. You really mean you want to marry each other. So yeah, then it can just be one when you go to the movies one day, you take her to see a Disney movie, you sucking your dick and shit. Who gives a fuck? That's your wife. You know, who gives a fuck? If it's your wife for real, who gives a fuck? You're gonna be together forever. Y'all motherfuckers, well, people divorce, so fucking what? Just because people divorce, my nigga, don't mean we gonna divorce. So it's serious. You gotta understand that. But like I said, you keep it in the family, but not near kin. You keep it kinship. Just my cousin. You know. But that's the proper way, yo. Yeah. For a young man, when his balls drop, he's able to bring forth children. If his balls aren't dropped yet, he can't get anybody pregnant. So yeah, you know, you can still be intimate, you know, twiggle his dick with your toes or whatever the fuck y'all, you know, whatever intimate thing you want to do, you know, he can do that. You know, suck on your titties, suck on your pussy and shit. Y'all can be intimate. But by the time his balls drop, he's ready to get you pregnant. No matter how small the dick is or whatever, he can get you pregnant. And children can come forth. So that's what you're being mindful of. The production of children. You don't want to just do that willy-nilly. And then children are here in the world and you made a mistake or it was accidental. You just did that shit because you was horny. You wasn't being mindful. You know, you should have did something different, like suck his dick and something like that, or whatever the case. Or you should have been more mindful, like when I do this vaginally, I can get pregnant and shit, because now I can bleed. That's why you gotta focus on the point. You gotta focus on the point, the morality of it first, marriage. You know. So yeah, who gives a fuck, man? Who gives a fuck? Little girls be looking at grown men all the time, yo. Who gives a they little girls wearing leggings all the time? You see that ass and shit, they ain't got no panties on. How does little girl got leggings on with no panties on and shit? A little girl walking with some leggings and she got a hole right under her ass crack and shit. You see her pussy and shit. While what the fuck? She was playing to rip her leggings. Oh, you was playing to rip your leggings? Yeah, I ripped my leggings and shit. Pussy all out, no drawers. Where your drawers? Like, ain't got no drawers. Like, the fuck? And the fuck? You know what I'm saying? No, still not caring and shit. The fuck? So yeah, it doesn't matter, yo. Who cares? It just matters when you just doing it stupidly or loosely or whatever. So I guess if you're gonna do it the perverted way, which y'all do already, a lot of y'all just do it in like family porn or whatever the case, and that's how y'all do it. Like you having sex with your cousin, your sister, and shit like that, and y'all keep it in the family, but you on porn or you on OnlyFans or whatever with it. You know, that's how y'all do it. But you just want, it's just crazy, man. Y'all not trying to get married or nothing like that. You'll still fuck the shit out of each other and still try to have a relationship with somebody else. So it's fucked up when you do it that way. Feelings and emotions and shit. The burn is hotter. But when you do it the right way, who gives a fuck, man? Because you belong to each other. You're not trying to be with nobody else. You're just trying to be with her. It just takes two to tango. So if you want to do it and she don't want to do it, it's not going to connect. If she want to do it and he don't want to do it, it's not going to connect. You got to come to a mutual understanding. Like, you got to talk at some point. Well, how come you always this? You got to actually talk. Well, he keep rejecting me, and then you think of shit in your mind as to why that's the case. You don't talk. You got to actually talk and shit. Well, you gotta, like, cousin Ray, how come you keep rejecting me and shit? What's the reason you keep? Well, because I look at you like my daughter. You my goddaughter, and that's how I look at you and shit. Like, I look at you like, I don't look at you like that. I wanna, oh, you don't look at me like that? Oh, I thought you look at me like a father figure. No, I'm saying? Things like, you gotta talk it out, because you don't know what's going on in somebody's heart spaces and their brain spaces. You gotta talk. So yeah, you talk it out, make agreements, let them know what the deal is. This is a serious matter. You gotta let them know it's serious. You gotta follow me. You might not agree with me on everything, but you gotta hang on, because once you do this, you can't get divorced. America make you think you can get a divorce, but you can't really get a divorce. They just doing wrong things. You can't do that. We gotta stay together forever. That's the rules of marriage. It's like one body. We're one body, and we move together. And if we divorce, it's like ripping your arm off. It's literally like that. Then you're gonna bleed out to death. So it's like that. You don't want to. You got to understand the importance of marriage before you want to do this. And if she's still willing to say yes, I understand, go ahead. Then she grab your dick, start sucking your dick while watching cartoons and shit. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? That's your wife, But if everybody don't agree, if everybody see things differently, they're not eye to eye, of course you're gonna have fights and shit. Of course family members are gonna be like, fuck that, fuck out of here. You're gonna be angry, aggressive, want to murder the person, kill the person, you thinking they going to hell and all that shit. You just don't know the ways of the Most High, because in your mind it's a sin. Is it really a sin, or is it just the way you see it? What's the real way to see it? What's the fresh water of the matter? What's the fresh water with no dirt in it? Let's do that. They're not even willing to have the fresh water with no dirt in it. It's starting to boil down to, it's just feelings and emotions, man. Dick sizes and feelings anymore. That dick gonna be feeling too good for her. And you just jealous that it's going to be feeling good for her. And you want to feel good yourself and shit. That's all. You want a wet pussy, and you don't want her to get the wet pussy. Like it's like a luxury or some shit. She's not old enough to have this steak dinner and shit. It's going to be tasty and shit, with the mashed potatoes, with the sauce, and you eating rice cakes and shit. I don't want to eat rice cakes. I want a steak dinner and shit. That's all it be. So, yeah, my cousin Selena always wanted to marry me, I believe, or just always wanted to have sex with me. But I never did it also because I'm not sure if she just wanting to have sex, or she just like really know what she's doing. But now that she's older, you can talk about this. But I wanted to talk to her about this when she got older, like in her teenage years, and she can understand a little bit more. Not like way, way older, like 18. I wanted to talk to her while she was like around 12, 13. And help her understand. Well, if you do this and this, so she can understand the seriousness of things, the age of accountability. Once you get 12, 13, she can understand you're responsible for your own sins and things like that. And the weight of the things that you do, it don't fall on your mother no more, fall on you. So you got to be mindful of what you do, because you got to hold your own sins and stuff. So if you do this, you got to know and you got to know the rules and things like that. But I wasn't around to tell her these things, because then maybe I might have opened up. But like I said, I didn't know. I was still ignorant. I didn't know you can marry your cousin. I thought it was still wrong because grandma said. It wasn't that grandma knew. She just had some old church stuff said to her. But grandma didn't crack a Bible open and showed it to me like, yeah, it says right here that you can't marry your cousin and shit. I'm like, it do? She like, yeah, it say you can't marry your cousin right here. She opened the book of Tobit. I read, oh, grandma, you ain't got your glasses on. It say that you have to marry your cousin. Oh, it do? You have to marry? It's a penalty of death if you don't marry your cousin and shit. Like if you hold somebody's cousin from them from being married, that person or that parent gets the penalty of death upon them, because it's a command from the Most High that you must be married in earth. You must be married. You can't be walking around loose and alone. So you're a lot of people out here are under the penalty of death, but because they're ignorant and they have a false belief system, the Most High just passing by them, letting them slide and shit. But time comes when you need to educate yourselves so that penalty can hit your ass. Otherwise, the penalty don't hit your fucking ass. So stuff like this, what I'm saying, people they don't want to share this shit, they don't want to watch it, they want to be secretly watching and acting like they ain't ever heard. I don't know I ain't watch shit, because you still want to hold that bitterness. Like, nah, that penalty gonna hit your ass now. If you ever heard it, even if you heard it secretly, that penalty gonna hit your ass now, because now you know, and if you ever crack the Bible open and shit, I think that's the thing too. You're not actually taking that initiative to crack it open, to crack the Torah open, to read where it says it at. Tobit chapter 6 and Tobit chapter 7 in the 1611 King James Version. So you need a 1611 King James Version. and you crack it open, go to the book of Tobit, okay? Also, you got the rest of Esther in there. They say additions to Esther in some of them, but in the King James Version, it should say, the 1611 King James Version, it should say the rest of Esther, meaning it's the rest that they took away. So it lets you know that these other books were books that they took away, all right? When they say additions to Esther, make you think that they added to. So you don't want to read these books because then you're going to read the cousin part. And they want to fuck your cousin. They don't want you to fuck your cousin. So they want you to give your family members to strangers and shit like that don't give a fuck about you, because you're going to read that. And then you're not going to agree with that and be like, well, this is the additional stuff because this say additions to Esther. So this could be some fucking adding and somebody put in and shit. But if you get the original 1611 King James Version, it will say the rest of Esther, not the additions. And so you'll know. If you get a red Apocrypha, it will say the rest of Esther. It's a red book with white writing that says the Apocrypha. You open it up, it says Cambridge University. It's just saying in the contents, the rest of Esther. That's the one. All right, the original one. It will say in the book of Tobit, chapter 6 and chapter 7, that you must marry your cousin. So it's two ways you can get it. The Apocrypha, the red book with the white writing, or the 1611 King James Version, the original one, and the English looks funny. Like love is spelled Loue. It's not spelled Love. So the spellings on things is different, but it's an older English. So the letters is funny. But you can still read it if you really dedicate your mind to it. Maybe I might do that one time. Read from the 1611 King James Version and have y'all heads fucked up while I start reading that shit. Because I can read that too. I can read that from like just looking at it too. So I can translate as I'm reading. It's something that you really need to translate. That English is that old that is you're not gonna be able to understand some of the words. You're gonna get stumped and freeze for a second. Like, oh, what did that say? Oh, that's love, my nigga. I thought that was Lou, a nigga named Lou and shit. That's love, my nigga. I thought what the fuck? Love is spelled Loue and shit. So yeah, so different things like that. I'll read it one day. But as of now, no. I'm giving you scruffy versions. Because there's people out there that's, 9-year-old little girl got pregnant and shit. Is that right or wrong? If she can get pregnant, her body was ready to get pregnant. Number two, if she was married, then okay, who cares? The baby came forth, Now the only thing left is making sure she can take care of the baby. Now, yeah, that's just more so feelings and emotions after that. That was fucked up. You got a girl pregnant that couldn't take care of a baby, but yeah, that's what's just feelings and emotions and shit. But her body was ready to have children, and if she was married to a man, now she has to hold it. She got to take care of that child and learn as she go type shit if she don't know already. But typically younger girls in other countries are already wife capable. They already know how to take care of a house, take care of children, wash clothes. They know how to cook food and shit. They already know how to do wife stuff, wife duties already. They wash clothes by hand too. They ain't no wash machine. They already know how to wash clothes by hand and all that shit. Get the stains out and all that. And I tell you, look white, brand new as shit. 9-year-old little girl washed the shit out that t-shirt. You couldn't even do that. Nigga, she did that. You know what I'm saying? That's wife stuff. I guess we typically look at what makes a wife by a woman's ability to be able to stand up to a man, to be able to equally reason with a man and stand on her own and make money and shit on her own and survive on, without a man is what y'all think that makes a strong woman or makes a capable woman. Nah, it's not about your ability to stand alone without a man. So your ability to stand with the man and work together with the man. If you're really good at working together with a man, you a wife capability, my nigga. You're not petty. You're not focused on dumb shit. You can tell what makes a good man, what makes not a good. That's a good wife right there. She knows she got a good husband, so she doing. That's what makes a good wife. Always contentious, fighting and shit. Want to be independent, stand alone, do random ass shit, gad about, want lustful and shit. Looking at other random ass men and shit. You can't control yourself. That's not a wife. So yeah, if you have that, yeah. But normally it starts when you're a little girl. So if you get to the little girl when she likes you already, and you give her that option, you got her heart forever. You just want to make sure it's the right man that got her heart, because it's better for her to be with an older man that loves her and betrothed her in marriage, and y'all being intimate from time to time, kissing and hugging, rubbing and pants rubbing, and she even sucking your dick. She got to the point like, all right, man, I'm rubbing your dick so much, man, I'm about to start sucking this motherfucker. So she starts sucking and she like stuff come out of there. Like what stuff? Sperm and you can drink it. And then okay, I'm gonna drink it then. First time she's busting nut inside of her mouth and shit. Oh, it tastes funny. Like yeah, I told you that is busting nut. I'm gonna drink it anyway and shit because I love you. So she start drinking it and shit. And then she always doing it, sucking your dick, waiting for that sperm to come. Bust that nut, drink it because it makes you happy, makes you feel better. You start sucking her pussy and making her feel good so it's like it start to be like that. Who gives a fuck after a while? You know, because you married, betrothal. So long as it's done the right way, yo. Who cares? So that will eliminate a lot of deprived men. A lot of men that are deprived of marriage, go to your cousin. You know you love your cousin. You know your cousin love you. Y'all just was taught that it was wrong to be married or be intimate. It's not wrong. Open that Bible up for your fucking self, and then flash it at people that keep saying it's wrong and shit. It's wrong. Okay, well, in the Bible it says it's okay. Where your book at? And put it on it. Stop just listening to people's words that can't back shit up. They looking left and right, ain't nothing they got. They ain't got no paper in their hand, no book. They can't tell you Google search or nothing. They can't even give you the Google search and shit to tell you that it's wrong to marry your cousin. They can't tell you that. Nothing, no source or nothing. They ain't give you no articles or nothing. No website, nothing, my nigga. So stop listening to people that just be quick to be aggressive and shit, but not giving you proof to back it up. We all can be aggressive. But are you right with your aggression? But you got the Bible in your hand. Well, this is the Bible. This is the source, the same one, the God of the Savior, my nigga. The same with the New Testament, 1611 King James Version. Okay, it's still King James Version, my nigga. It says it right here. It's a penalty of death if you don't marry your cousin. So if an uncle don't give his daughter to her cousin to be married, it's a penalty of death upon him. But because you don't know that, you was completely taught a different way, the Most High overlooks you like, damn, he's just dumb as shit. He don't know, for real. He completely ignorant. He think it's wrong. Oh, he genuinely think it's wrong? Yeah, he genuinely think it's wrong. So heaven be like, oh, well, fuck it. Just bypass him and shit. Don't do nothing to him. He don't know for real. So heaven bypasses you. You don't get the penalty of death. But when you know, for sure, somebody taught you, the penalty of death come upon you because you know better. Like, hey, man, you read that, said that and shit. God said it with you. Yeah, I read that and shit. Like, all right, then, what you doing? Why you holding? What's going on? You start getting fucked up because you know better. So that's the thing, man. Ignorance saves the shit out of people. So another thing that America does is don't give information to Hebrews or slaves and stuff. They don't give us the right information or all of the information we need to be free because by ignorance, we stay slaves. So they not stupid to hide truth from us, but give us some of it, you know, twisted versions of it. So with that said, I think I'm good. I just had to throw that out there. Yeah, my little cousin Selena was one of the people that she was the only girl. She was the only girl that in my family that ever jumped on me like that before. Like she, just me babysitting her. Her pussy was burning and she, started pants rubbing my arm and shit. So she got horny and shit and wanted me to rub her. I should have, if but I thought I was gonna be in sin and shit, and I didn't look at her like that. I looked at her like my little goddaughter. So I was like, girl, the fuck? That scared the shit out of me. So I was like, nah. But thinking back on it, I should have. But the second time she tried to do it, it was a wrong time. It was a wrong time also. Like, you doing it at the time where I'm already in a promise with this girl. You didn't sit down and talk to me and be like, what's the deal with this girl? Like, Tanika, what's the deal with this? How'd that happen? Then I would be able to, go through the whole process with you. Like, this is the thing with this girl named Tanika. I met her like this and like that. And when you hear the whole story, you give me the chance to explain. It's like we in court. You're guilty and shit. I ain't get to say shit. You ain't even say shit. The judge was just like, he's guilty and shit. That don't work like that. So in regular life, before you feel emotions about something, say something, because you might not be sure. It's your cousin. You can talk to your cousin. He not going to get aggressive with you. He just going to tell you, like, but who the girl and shit? Oh, well, that's a girl named Tanika and this, that, and the third. Yeah, he going to notice that you're going to be jealous and shit like that, but is he going to be able to tell you? Are you jealous? Like, yeah, but still, who are that? Like, okay, I mean, still tell you and shit, like, da-da-da-da. You just afraid what he might say or whatever. But still, ask. You got your pussy in the air and shit. I see your whole pussy leaking. Pussy juice coming out of there. I'm burning like a motherfucker. I don't want to suck that pussy, but it's like, I'm not. I'm still in a situation. I'm still with her. We just had a small argument, this, that, and the third. She said she was pregnant and shit. It's my child and shit, unless it's not or something. Like, what's going on? So it's like, is it Joshua? What's going on? Like, who knows? You got to talk, yo. When you want to keep things clean and simple, you got to talk. All this catty stuff, it jams you up. And then you end up feeling pain and emotions the wrong way. So if I was able to say to Selena, yeah, that's why. Like, if I'd have sat down in the dark with her and talked with her, cut the TV on and start talking, yeah, this, that, and the third, da-da-da. Her mother, you hear the door unlocking and shit. All right, we'll pick this up the next day and shit. Just hold off and shit. Talk about this next day when she go to work, and we'll talk. We'll see how we feel about this. And then while the whole time we're making agreements and shit. And then I'm letting her know, yeah, everybody else not gonna agree with this, but this is not wrong. And no. Are you still okay about that? And no. By the time you get old enough, you can we can still do this, regardless of what people saying. I know it's not wrong. And then I can show her herself. Look, this is what it say in the Bible right here. Read the Bible, say that. Oh, it do say that. No, yes, I'm showing you and stuff. Nobody else gonna show you. So you can know for yourself that God says it's not wrong. And So helping her, teaching her. So then, all right, if she starts sucking on my dick out of nowhere, I'm not gonna give a fuck. But it's like, because she's now educated, she knows better. But yeah, I didn't do it because I knew she didn't know. It's a lot that she needed to know. Just don't want to do that thing like that, because then she's gonna probably flip that and be like, oh, you're guilty, you're wrong, you're a piece of shit. No, because then I'm still not gonna be a piece of shit. You're just gonna be thinking that because you don't know yet that it's not wrong. So I didn't do it. I just tapped on the leg. Like, I just tapped the leg. Like, yeah, but no, shit, because you're not ready. You don't know enough yet. And we're not talking. Like, everybody stop talking. If you start talking to me, I'll tell you all the stuff you want to know. Like, why you thinking I won't tell you anything? Type stuff. Now she's older. She got a boyfriend. She want to be fighting back and shit, trying to make me jealous, taking my mail. You coming to get some mail, I got your mail and shit. You ain't getting no mail unless you get some of this pussy at the same time. And then you got your boyfriend and is making me jealous and shit that you got a boyfriend. Trying to make me jealous that she got a boyfriend, but at the same time she telling me come get this pussy. But then got to get around a boyfriend type shit and trying to make me fight for it. Like, no, that's not how it work either. We got to talk so you can know I love you. I didn't know that, certain things. You just need to know some things, and agreements and stuff. So that we don't got to be chasing each other down. I don't got to chase you. We can just now come to a mutual agreement. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, a bunch of O's going on. Oh, this. Oh, I didn't know. Now you feeling better and shit. Oh, okay, well, whatever. Shit, I'm going to suck your dick and shit. Boyfriend calling you sucking my dick. Who gives a fuck? Type shit. He not trying to marry you. I wouldn't say it like that, but yeah, that's kind of typically how it goes, right? Because by right, your cousin belonged to you, But you don't want to just do that, because if he's trying to marry you, he trying to marry you and stuff? No, let's not just do it. Let's talk to him and shit. Talk to him first, because he really love you, and because he's trying to marry you and take care of you. If he not just playing around, who gives a fuck? But he really trying to marry you. You don't play with somebody when they trying to really marry you and take care of you and shit. So to respect him enough for that, So it's different rules and ways we do things, and so I could guide her and stuff. So yeah, man. That's just one of my cases to help you understand that I have a case like that, But my cousin Selena, like, we so far gone from each other, we so disconnected from each other, it doesn't seem like it's ever gonna get repaired. And I'm never coming back there. So I'll never see her again and shit. So it's a dead end situation. So what could have been won't be. Maybe it could be, depending on how she might decide things. But if she just chopped it up, called me out of nowhere, something like that, then maybe. But if you're waiting for me to do it, I have issues with the whole family already. Like, some certain issues with the whole family or whatever. And it's not just about Selena. So I won't be around just for the whole situation and shit. Being pushed away, being disrespected, being treated like a piece of shit or a lowlife makes me not want to come back around, because everybody's my family, right? Not just Selena. I want to come around and see Selena, but she don't talk to me either. So that's my situation of the thing. So in my father's situation too, Pac, his cousin is Kaya Cole. So you can compare the two situations. Stop looking at your cousin and like thinking it's wrong, yo. You're supposed to get close, embrace. It is a penalty worthy of death if you're not giving your cousin in marriage, my nigga. It is a penalty worthy of death. But when your cousin don't agree with you, or they're still ignorant, or whatever the case, that penalty is withheld. It's like styrofoam anger. You want to try to crash your car into me? The car got fucked up. I walked out of that shit like ain't nothing ever happened. The fuck? It was like a styrofoam situation. I was like, it's a styrofoam. My nigga is not really going. What the fuck? What's styrofoam going to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm innocent in the situation. You guilty for thinking wrong. I'm innocent for thinking right. You just think I'm wrong. You know? So you did that shit on some anger shit. Or you might have heard what I said and wanted to take it out on me. But like I said, if you don't agree with me, you can't just play that shit in your heart. You got to agree with me with your words. Like you got to confess the Lord and Savior as your Savior, Yahweh Shah. You got to confess him as your Lord and Savior out your mouth. You can't just be like, everybody's supposed to know that that's your Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah. You could say Jesus. So is it Jesus or Yahweh Shah? Which one is your Lord and Savior? You can say anything. So you must confess with your mouth that this person is your Lord and Savior, because now they're going to hold you to it. You said it out your mouth, that's your Lord and Savior. So why are you not living accordingly? So the same thing. You can't just be riding off feelings and emotions. Like, oh, he's the penalty worthy of death because he ain't married me, but I don't know that's how you feeling and shit. You still, every time I see you, bitter as shit. You not wanting to sit down, talk, and be like, yes, fix this and work this out. I didn't know we can get married and shit. I didn't know either. Now I know and shit. And you trying to work shit out. Yeah. Instead of working shit out, you want to still be angry. So that's all it really be, yo. That's all it really be. People don't be knowing shit. You just heard me say it, so you wanted to put my life on the line for it instead of read the Bible, my nigga. I gave you chapters and verses. I said 1611 King James Version, the Book of Tobit, chapter 6 and 7. I gave you chapters and verses. So the shit you trying to carry out on me ain't working because you ain't read the shit, my nigga. You just mad and shit. Because I said some shit, you didn't go to the reference. I'm tired of you saying shit. Go to the references then so the shit can say it in your own fucking brain, man. Nigga, say that shit with your own brain. Your own mental voice. Say that shit to yourself then. So now you listen to yourself. So say that shit to yourself when you read it. Oh shit, it do say that and shit. Talk to your damn self. Let God talk to you. Instead of you being irritated at me telling you, I gave you the reference. Okay, if there's any other reference out there that say you can't marry your cousin, show that shit to me. Present that shit to the world. You know what I'm saying? So where does it come from? This, that, and the third. Is it coming from the Most High, the true creator, the Most High Yah? Okay, show it then. Prove us that y'all was wrong. Y'all was right the whole time. You're not supposed to marry your cousin. Prove us that y'all was right. And prove me that I'm wrong. With some kind of reference, my nigga. You just, some ancient reference. Y'all just niggas just coming out of nowhere, just talking with anger and emotions and shit. And you God all of a sudden. Just made up your own rules and shit. I'm supposed to just follow you because you was the most aggressive when you said it. You was the most aggressive. You had the best joke and shit. The way you said it was the best way that was ever said when you came out, and it was the funniest way to say it and shit. And when you said it, niggas really felt the pain of death when the way you said it and shit. Yeah, I felt the pain of death more with the way he said that shit. But both of y'all wrong as shit. Y'all wrong as a motherfucker. You ain't cracked no Bible or nothing. Like, oh, damn, we wrong as shit. I just was emotional as a motherfucker. I said that shit spicy as shit. Yeah, you spicy as shit, wrong as shit. Like, oh, damn. I thought because the way he said that shit and I felt the pain of death and shit, the way he said that shit on the emotions, he touched my door, I'ma fuck his ass. Like, you said that shit like, yeah. Whole time in the Bible to prove that nigga wrong and shit. You supposed to marry your cousin. Oh shit. You guilty of the penalty of death if you don't marry your cousin. So I was wrong and shit. I'm about to kill my damn self. So you can't kill a man that know this already. That's the problem. You trying to kill me for knowing the truth that the creator said. Now the creator got to protect me for his own law. I said it's okay to marry your cousin, my nigga. Who the fuck is you as a random ass human telling me I'm wrong and shit? I said it's good. It's not the line cross. It's good. You supposed to marry your cousin. It's a penalty of death if you don't. So now you're like, nah, it's wrong. I'm gonna kill your ass if you marry your cousin. So now you gotta contend with God and shit, not me. You still trying to contend with me because my voice said it. And you just got some personal situation with me. If it was the man down the street that you liked and shit, said that shit, you be like, oh shit, my homeboy said it too and shit. And then you don't want to fuck with him no more. What the Bible saying and shit. God said it. Oh shit. Well, let me look at it and shit. You was mad with me more and shit, so you didn't want to look at the shit because you was cool with him early and fresh. You want to look at the shit and see what it say and shit. Stupid. The point is, look at it. Read it for yourself. Y'all don't like reading for yourself shit. So yeah. I should have married Selena. We in the same boat. All of the other cousins are not in the same boat with Selena now. They're not. Selena, her father left her. Me, my mother left me. We needed each other. We need a support system to hold each other up. I don't know my mother. She don't know her father. Shit. Pop up shit, but ain't landing and shit. We need each other, you know? So our whole lives living, we don't know our parents like that. We wasn't raised by our parents and shit. So we're in the same boat, have the same pain level, the same bitterness of soul, the same weaknesses. So we need each other. So all of the other cousins, they don't understand our pain. They can just be like, dang, that's fucked up. But they don't really feel it and shit to really know how to comfort each other. You're just like, well, you just hold your head up, Selena, you good and shit. No, I'm not good, my nigga, stop saying that shit. You don't know what it's like to not have, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck it's like your father, you know what I'm saying? No, what the fuck, don't want. You know what I'm saying? You can't even talk to him. But I understand your situation. So my cousin Selena, as you know, I don't know my mother either. She right there and shit, living and shit. Your father, yeah, he right there living and shit. Don't even know what the fuck. You're a whole mistake and shit. Damn, I'm a mistake too and shit. How that feel? Like a motherfucker. It feel like, you know what I'm saying? So we can comfort each other. So then the intimacy comes, and then second and third. So yeah, all of the other cousins, it kind of rules them out in a way. But it was appropriate that Selena would be the right cousin I marry. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know stuff that I needed to know. And now that I do know it, she need to know. And when she know it, now she got to be in a position to be like, come to me. You know? But is our life trapped up? What kind of, you said all kind of stuff to factor in still, but still, she's still my cousin, and so it would make me want to come around her more. I don't want to come to Aunt Jay's house ever again because just fucking me up and shit. Now understand that I be wanting to come visit and just chop it up and talk and shit and just stay for a little bit and then keep pushing. I be testing them and shit too. Like I'll come through and not even tell them that I'm good and shit. I just come through and chill for a second. And be like, all right, well, I'll be ready to say, all right, but then I'll be like, man, I'm gonna stay longer because they fucking me up. Like, they don't love me. Do they love me? Do they not love me? So I'm staying longer just to see if they love me and shit. Because they my family. I always was here. Like, you not thinking I'm thinking like that. You thinking I'm just trying to wiggle in and I'm good. I'm a whole man. I'm good. I know I'm good. Like, I just want to see if y'all love me. Like, Simone don't want to talk to me. Like, always talk to her. Like, you don't love me no more? Because if that's the case, y'all don't care about me or love me anymore, I could just cut all the way off and never come back instead of keep thinking y'all care about me and coming back and shit, but y'all really playing me and shit. Let's make it once and for all and shit. Do you love me or not, and why? You know what I'm saying? So I can know. And then all right, damn, what the fuck? Give me closure with this shit. Started playing with me and shit. But for Selena, yeah, like I just don't want to come back around Jay's house no more. But yeah, it's like I love my cousin Selena. We in the same boat, man. But that's my situation. I just had to tell y'all I have a situation, and I wanted to give you the rules on that. Yes, it's okay. You can betroth a young girl. Y'all can be intimate. Long as the family is understanding and knowing what's going on, yo. It's like, it's not a secret and shit. Okay, y'all can be intimate and kiss, hug, whatever, to the level that she's comfortable and the level that you're comfortable. You have to agree and shit. That's all. Do you want to suck it and shit? Try me suck it and shit. Just don't be forcing people and shit. You love each other, right? All right, but when the blood comes out of her pussy, when she start having periods and shit, then she's ready to have vaginal sex because she might get pregnant. And you got to know this stuff. It can happen. So now you're mindful, being careful. All right? So that nose ring, betrothal, you can be intimate. You got the basic package. She's a young girl. She's not at the age of the Nita yet. So she's not an otter yet, which is a woman of marriageable age, period woman. Whatever, man, making up terms, but a woman on her cycle, a woman on her flowers, whatever. But by the time she turned to age 20, a woman should definitely start looking for a husband. She shouldn't be out there looking for a job and shit like that. Look for a husband first, then that want to help you look for a job. That's how it's really supposed to be. You look for a husband that's willing to support you, look for a job, or your aspirations to want to be an artist or want to be this or want to be a doctor. You look for a husband first because he supports you with that. You know what I'm saying? But you're old and shit. You're 20, so it's starting to get a little bit like you out there. Nobody wants you. So you gotta look. You gotta start being quick on your toes. Look for a husband. Because once you get 30 and something years old, niggas gonna be like, nah, I'm good, yo. You stuck in your way. You aggressive as shit, man and shit. You dick-hearted as a motherfucker. You don't want to hear nothing. Don't want to see nothing. I can't even say nothing to you when you not thinking shit. Niggas be like this. Niggas be like that. Like, nah, you already too old. Niggas be like this. You already got experiences and shit. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a clash like a motherfucker. Well, so-and-so told me this, and you eating off different plates and shit already? Nah, I'm good. It's going to be hard. But you can still try, but it's going to be hard as shit. But That's what's typically what a man gonna do is, nah, I'm good. You know, but by the time when you're in the order, a woman of marriageable age, a teenager, you're still fresh. You know, so if you have a good character, good-hearted man, you can marry her, and she'll just be under your wing, and you teach her all of the ways of the Most High. She won't waver from it or waver from you. She's gonna stay with you. You know, she's not gonna be like this guy this and this guy that and this guy that and men like this and men like that. Why the fuck you keep saying men like this and men like that? The fuck is going on with you? Why you be around a bunch of men and shit? You got no husband and shit. You got too many experiences of men to where you just skeptical of shit. You're not innocent no more. We can see that shit. Yo, well, my husband said this, and my husband good to me, and like that's how you should be sounding. My husband, I love my husband. My husband, this, my husband should be like that. Not skeptical, contentious, fighting and shit. Because you got many men experiences and shit. So whatever the case, I said what I said. The Most High said what he said. Put that on the Book of Tobit. I said that last time. Put that on the Book of Tobit in the 1611 King James Version. The Book of Tobit, my nigga. Chapter 6 and chapter 7. Read that back to back. The whole chapter 6, the whole chapter 7. You'll see that the Archangel Raphael told him, that it's a penalty of death if he doesn't give his daughter to you in marriage. So it was something that he knew, according to the Torah. He was in captivity. And he didn't know that. Oh shit, it's a penalty of death. Yeah, because you in slavery and shit. You don't know everything you need to know. You was in a captivity in Nineveh at that time. So you ain't know everything you need to know. So you didn't know you can marry it. You're supposed to marry your cousin. It's a penalty of death if you don't. Damn, that's fucked. Damn. Yeah, that's what slavery do, yo. Hide the truth and shit. You just don't tell you shit. Trying to destroy your people. Not telling you shit. Once you know stuff like that, you start saving your life and start coming to life and shit. So anyway, with that said, man, I hope that gave you that scruffy version gave you enough to go try to search it out for yourself. Maybe another time in the future I'll do an actual class lesson version where it's more precise, it's more strict to the code of teaching and not just running you around and shit, backroading you. More strict to the code. I can actually put the driver, get the Hebrew for you, break it down for you, give it to you straight and clear. You can take down your notes and shit, and they don't take so long. Everything is a point and a purpose that I say instead of just giving you stories and shit. But maybe another time. But as of now, that's the scruffy version. If it touched you enough, you'll go and look at it. So it must mean that if it does touch you, it's somebody that you're supposed to marry or something like that. So you went to go read that thing. And once you read that thing, now you got to find out who it is you're supposed to marry. Because now you're a grown-ass person, not married and shit. You got to marry your cousin. You're supposed to be married. That's what I'm saying. So now you need to, so now you got to get on to that shit. Most High is trying to tell you or call you out or something. So with that said, shalom.